There's a major development in the fraud case at Stocks and Securities Limited SSL. The accused in the matter, Jean Ann Panton, says she was persuaded by her boss and the company's founder, Hugh Croskery, to confess.
The massive fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited SSL has increased to about $20 million.
In today's video, we will be taking a look at one of the largest fraud scandals in Jamaican history, the SSL Fraud scandal. And we'll also be exploring why Jamaican taxpayers are left with a staggering $14 million monthly bill on behalf of SSL, all while uncertain about the duration of this financial burden. According to Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke, this $14 million is earmarked as financial aid for SSL to cover operational expenses, legal fees, and employee salaries. But as we have all come to realize, Dr. Nigel Clarke often provides answers, even if they're for the wrong reasons. So who owns SSL, and what exactly does this company do? SSL was established in 2017 by Mark Croskery, the former CEO of Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, a brokerage and securities dealer firm in Jamaica. SSL Investment Company is a subsidiary of SSL Venture Capital Jamaica Limited, listed on the Jamaica Stocks Exchange. In 2017, the company commenced its operations in Jamaica by acquiring stakes in 3 local firms: Blue Dot Data Intelligence Limited, Muse 360 Integrated Limited, and Bar Central Limited. So how was the fraud discovered? The SSL fraud was discovered by an initial internal investigation by the investment firm, after it unearthed irregularities believed to be fraud by at least one former employee. The firm reported the fraud to the Financial Services Commission on January 10, 2023, after taking a statement from the implicated ex-employee on January 7th. The fraud involved the siphoning off of money from investors' accounts, including retired sprinter Usain Bolt, who lost over $12 million in stocks and bonds. The fraud was allegedly perpetrated over a period of time and involved the bypassing of controls through forgery, manipulation of SSL's IT systems and email addresses, and interception of disbursements for accounts in commercial banks. Now, this is an investigation that is still ongoing and involves several law enforcement agencies, including the Financial Investigation Division, the Fraud Squad, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Now, let's try to compare SSL to Cash Plus, a tale of 2 frauds. Over the past 2 decades, Jamaica has witnessed 2 major financial frauds that shook the confidence and trust of thousands of investors and the public at large. The first, the Cash Plus scandal in 2008, and the current SSL fraud saga unveiled in 2023. Both cases involved unregulated investment schemes promising high returns, which ultimately collapsed, exposing weaknesses in financial sector oversight and regulation. However, these frauds differ significantly in scale, scope, impact, and outcome. But before we delve into this topic, please remember to give the video a thumbs up if you find it interesting. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please remember it's free of cost to do so. The Cash Plus scandal ranks among Jamaica's largest securities frauds, affecting more than 70,000 clients who collectively lost over $400 million. Carlos Hill, Cash Plus Limited's founder and the CEO, allegedly perpetrated this scheme over a 6-year period, promising annual returns of up to 120%. Hill and his associates misappropriated clients' funds for personal gain, extravagant lifestyles, and dubious overseas investments.
Our Minister of Finance, I tell the people in Jamaica, say a private company in SSL rob up and thief up much money from people like Usain Bolt and all them guys there. Them want the Jamaican people now to go back and pay this private company for the money them and them friend them invest and thief up and laugh up. So I want to know how long them will take Jamaican people for fool for.
The SSL fraud saga, on the other hand, is also a colossal securities fraud, impacting more than 70 clients who lost over $100 million. Over a 13-year span, some senior managers at SSL, a private investment firm offering customized portfolio management services, allegedly falsified account statements and diverted clients' funds to offshore accounts and shell companies.
Them pay off the bigger man them money. And we have to go come out and come stand up in our son. Now come tell me one back me 300,000.
The Cash Plus scandal involved a diverse range of clients, from ordinary Jamaicans to celebrities, politicians, professionals, and business people. The scheme attracted investors with its high interest rates and easy accessibility. Cash Plus operated as a pyramid scheme, using new investors' money to pay returns to old investors. It relied on word-of-mouth marketing and client testimonials. The SSL fraud saga, on the other hand, targeted a select group of clients, primarily high-net-worth individuals and institutional investors. It catered to sophisticated investors seeking customized and diversified portfolio management. SSL operated as a Ponzi scheme, reporting fictitious profits to conceal losses and thefts, relying on SSL's reputation as a licensed securities dealer. The impact. The Cash Plus scandal devastated the lives and the livelihoods of thousands of Jamaicans, causing them to lose savings, pensions, mortgages, businesses, and properties. It negatively impacted the economy by draining liquidity from the formal financial sector and creating inflationary pressures. The social impact included stress, depression, suicide, divorce, violence, and crime among victims. SSL fraud saga, on the other hand, severely affected the wealth and the well-being of dozens of Jamaicans who lost investments, some earned through hard work or inheritance. It eroded trust and confidence in the financial sector and its regulators, with legal repercussions including lawsuits and claims against SSL and its former managers. So, why should Jamaicans have to repay the $14 million to SSL? The recent SSL scandal, involving allegations of defrauding customers of billions of dollars, raises questions about whether Jamaicans should have to bear the burden of repaying the $14 million the government provides to support ongoing fraud investigations. Some argue this is necessary for justice and accountability, while others see it as a waste of taxpayers' money and a bailout for a corrupt company. Supporters of the government's decision claim it's the only way to ensure a thorough investigation, critical for the 70 affected members, including pensioners, churches, and charities. They argue that SSL would not cover its expenses, legal fees, and employee salaries without these funds, jeopardizing the investigation and asset recovery. They stress that this isn't alone, as SSL lacks a viable financial future, and the government aims to recover any SSL assets. They view it as a matter of public interest and responsibility, given the damage to the financial sector and the economy. However, I personally believe the government's financial aid to SSL misuses taxpayers' money and amounts to a bailout for a company involved in massive fraud. SSL should face the consequences for its actions, and the government should not shield it. I also question the transparency and effectiveness of the investigation, doubting SSL's full cooperation or asset disclosure. This is a matter of fairness and justice, with taxpayers shouldering the burden for a private company's mistake. The debate on whether Jamaicans should repay the $14 million to SSL is complex, involving legal, ethical, and economic factors impacting both victims and taxpayers. It ultimately hinges on how we balance public interest, responsibility, accountability, transparency, fairness, and justice. The SSL fraud scandal exposes Jamaica's financial system weaknesses and highlights the need for stronger regulation. It sparks a debate on the government's role in such cases and the taxpayers' role in private sector failures. This scandal erodes trust in SSL and the authorities, leaving Jamaicans wondering about the safety of their investments. So, on this topic, what are your thoughts? Should Jamaicans repay the $14 million to SSL? Please share your opinions in the comment section down below. And if you found this video interesting or informative, please do remember to give it a thumbs up. And remember, you can always subscribe to the channel as it is free of cost. Thank you so much for watching.
Jamaica. Don't forget to drop a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe.